A famous author, Alain de Botton, once said that most of what makes a book good is that we are reading it at the right moment for us. In this case, author Davina Bell and illustrator Alison Coybole's picture book, Under the Love Umbrella, inspires primary year readers who have been thrown into a new world of challenges and experiences as they try to locate who they are in school and family contexts. The umbrella is an analogy to suggest that even though growing up is scary and different for everyone, we can be brave due to the support from loved ones that shelter us from sadness, fear, and adversity. Up in the sky amongst the stars, there's something you might not see. But over your head and just above, there's an umbrella of my love, to show you it's you I'm thinking of, wherever you might be. In deepest dark, when big dogs bark, or waves crash loud, is that a shark? When friends won't share and things aren't fair, there's always my love umbrella. The author has control over expressing their point of view that everyone deserves to be loved and belong, irregardless of differences between us. Yet the author reaches out to the readers and slightly hands over authority with the use of the pronoun you and repetitive questioning, which offers the reader some control by igniting a form of reflection and introspection. The illustrator assists this with examples of how characters would express themselves in situations. The relationship between the reader, author, and illustrator grows to mutual understanding and respect. The cultural frame of this text is based on the author and illustrator's background and appreciation of the diversity in Australia. The representation of the different coloured characters symbolise that love is all-encompassing and impartial. The text is not a traditional narrative but is imaginative and serves for enjoyment of its readers, with a sequence of rhymes and repeated phrase and the motif of a love umbrella at the end of each stanza. Evidently, this book has literary value for each stage 1 student because the concept of love is timeless and universal. Extending beyond literal everyday meaning of an umbrella's function, the function of it in this text is to show that we can be comforted and protected from conjuries by someone else's love just as an umbrella protects us from the rain, creating new meanings of students' perception of love and belonging. Moreover, colour imagery of black symbolises moods and feelings of darkness and fear, juxtaposed with warm yellow and pink tones that symbolise nurture, love and happiness. Finally, every book we read will shape our knowledge and understanding of the world we live in. This book unveils typical emotions, feelings and thoughts of primary readers. The book uses representations of real people, yet with exaggerated colours. This emphasises the individuality of each person in the world and serves to comment that no matter our differences or distinctiveness, we are all loved and valued as we are, contributing to the students' cultural and social awareness. The progression of happiness from the beginning of the story to the end of the story for this girl is clear. Her lack of eye contact facing away from the reader, her shrugged shoulders, is a symbol of her shyness and dejection as reinforced by the text, "You're feeling shy." The shock on the girl's face in the second image with the drawing of a mouth in the oval shape shows her concern in this situation paired with the word hurry. This is juxtaposed with the girl represented with squinted eyes, smiling and raised arms towards the end of the book, which signifies her joy and openness to love, coupled with the selected words, love and together. This picture book has high modality due to the two settings of school and home, which are real and familiar locations in early stage 1 readers. The book also looks at night and day with shadows and symbols such as stars. The book represents different seasons with autumn leaves, the rain, the sun at the beach, and character clothing, indicative of changing times and seasons. Moreover, it reveals familiar settings and activities for Australian students such as going camping and going to the beach. This slide summarises the character and setting notes as discussed. The visual language of this image portrays the fearful experience of the child and the idea that he is alone and vulnerable. The setting of the bedroom is relatable for early stage 1 students. A bedroom is meant to be safe, yet the curved vertical lines that represent monster-like figures depict them as grand and surround the boy, almost engulfing and flooding him and painting him as inferior. The positioning of the boy in the centre, grasping his toy elephant, shows his need for comfort in this dark setting. Although the perspective is at eye level with the viewer offering to share the experience with the character, it is almost as if the responder wants to connect with him, but his gaze away from the viewer is establishing detachment, emphasizing his isolation. The child is alone physically and emotionally. The use of warm colours that traditionally represent love and hope are juxtaposed with a layered dark background of different grey and black hues and low-key lighting for shadows that bring a mood of fear and a sense of danger. This image reflects early stage 1 realities with a common childhood experience of being afraid of the dark in a natural setting, yet due to exaggerated colour scheme and mythical figures, it reduces the naturalism. Strikingly, the stark use of the embellished colour scheme of the boy draws the attention of the viewer first. The reader is likely to follow the bordering figures in a spiral motion that frame the boy, which helps visually swallow and shrink him. Finally, the text in deepest dark would be read to reinforce the visual imagery. The ellipsis allows for an opportunity for early stage 1 to predict what might come next. This phrase has the potential for study of descriptive language of big and old and introducing the new vocabulary flurry, which are both crucial in early stage 1 literacy development. The emotional state of loneliness and worry is described as it, accompanied by disappears, showing its absence and reduced power over the character. This is my other favourite phrase because the first line asks early stage 1 to decode the unfamiliar word amongst using prior knowledge or an opportunity for a link to the science, earth and space content. The pronoun you is an offer to the reader to interact and respond to the text. It also provides an opportunity for prediction and inference of what is to come based on the knowledge of the rest of the book. The closed language exercise consists of the teacher reading the first 2 pages to give students an insight into the structure of the book. The teacher will then begin to read the text passage, but will not reveal the last word of each sentence. The students will jointly construct these words based on 3 things: creativity, semantic knowledge, and rhyming ability. The teacher then reveals the author's word choice by rereading the book and asking students to say the rhyming word aloud. In this creative writing lesson, the students will respond to the author's question, "Who's under your love umbrella?" which is at the end of the book. The students will brainstorm ideas as a class of who is in their social network and what situations they might need support to be under their love umbrella. The teacher will model selecting an appropriate audience for this letter, such as a friend or a parent. The teacher will also explain the purpose of the letter, which is to extend support for someone in need of love. Students working above will be encouraged to write a compound sentence in their letter, and students who are working below will choose a situation in the book that they relate to and connect with. In the oral study lesson, students will role-play situations where in school or home settings they felt lonely or that they didn't belong. The class will discuss who was an appropriate person to go to in those situations. The teacher will hold a physical umbrella where students will walk under and be asked when they felt sad, whose umbrella they went under, and how did they support them. This umbrella may remain in the class for the year when someone is feeling lonely and they can use it as a symbol that they need someone's support. I have chosen My Shadow is Pink by Scott Stewart as this book celebrates diversity and also is highly symbolic. The colour of one's shadow can influence someone's ability to belong and feel loved. The possibility to explore rhyming further and the links to the creative arts are endless. Likewise, The Heart in the Bottle by Oliver Jeffers allows for the opportunity to explore loss as well as love and all the different ways that it helps someone grow. It also offers students the chance to contrast the different illustrators' depictions of night and day. In this cross-curricular activity, students will learn to compare the real and imagined purposes of umbrellas. Foremost, the students will revisit the picture book and look at how the umbrella is a symbol of protecting us from negative emotions and is an analogy of love. Then students will investigate the properties and materials of umbrellas and the purpose of it in real life to protect us from rain, wind, and sun. This links to both the science and PE syllabus. Finally, students can investigate the religious and cultural meanings of umbrellas for a deeper appreciation of diversity.